Real estate, Jubilee, and God's ancient calculator. Okay, picture this. You own a piece of land, nice little field, good soil, maybe some grapes growing over here, some wheat growing over there. You're feeling pretty good about your property. Then one day you say, you know what? I want to dedicate this field to the Lord. And God basically says, okay. But first, somebody needs to do the math. And this is where Leviticus 27 gets really interesting. The priest didn't just look at the field and say, yep, looks like about 20 shekels. Nope. There was a whole calculation. Why? Because Israel had something called the Year of Jubilee. Every 50th year, the economic clock reset. Land that had been sold or transferred was supposed to return to the original ancestral family. In other words, you couldn't permanently turn your family's inheritance into somebody else's forever property. That changes everything when you're trying to figure out what a field is worth. Think about buying a house today. If someone says, this house is worth $300,000, you might say, great. But then somebody tells you, oh, by the way, you only get to use it for 5 years. Suddenly you're thinking, wait a minute, 5 years? Exactly. Leviticus 27 used a similar idea. The closer the field was to the next Jubilee, the fewer harvests remained. Therefore, the valuation went down. More harvests remaining? Higher value? Fewer harvests remaining? Lower value. It's almost like an ancient prorated lease. You're not simply asking, what is this land worth? You're asking, how much productive time is left before the reset? Leviticus 25:15-16 explains the principle. The number of years remaining until Jubilee affected the price. And here's the really big idea. God was putting a limit on permanent economic control. You could buy land, you could sell land, you could make agreements, but you couldn't ultimately say, this belongs to me forever. Why? Because God said, the land shall not be sold forever, for the land is mine. Leviticus 25:23. That's the lesson hiding underneath the real estate math. You may hold something. You may manage something. You may even make money from something. But ultimately, it belongs to God. And that's a pretty good reminder for us today. Our houses aren't really ours. Our businesses aren't really ours. Our bank accounts aren't really ours. Even our time isn't really ours. We're managers. We're stewards. God is the owner. So the Jubilee wasn't just an ancient economic reset. It was God's way of saying, don't get so comfortable owning things that you forget who owns you.